You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. Smitty is live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Get on-demand one-on-one text advice with Smitty at thefantasyfootballshow.com.
You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón.
Get on-demand one-on-one text advice with Smitty at thefantasyfootballshow.com.
You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. Smitty is live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasy.
Live from the fantasyfootballshow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, buddies, we're here for Fantasy Football Court. That means I'm taking your questions. Ask away in the chat. Get it going right now. Short. I'm not reading paragraphs. We're not here to read novels. Ask away. Let's go.
It's time for Fantasy Football. Court!
Court is in session.
That is right. It is Fantasy Football Court. Court is in session, and I'm here as your judge, jury, and executioner for your Fantasy Football Week 3 questions. I'm only answering short questions. Don't come with this this novel paragraph listing my entire team. We're not doing that. I'm skipping over it. So here we go. Let's roll. This is a super chat straight out of the gate from Carlos. Carlos says, should I trade Cooks, James Robinson for AJ Brown? If you like winning, you would do that trade. Sell me on Walker. He's a wait and see. We gotta. Unfortunately, there's nothing that's screaming like, oh, put him in your lineup this week, but it's eventually coming. Conklin or Knox? You gotta put Knox in. Trade Pollard for ETN. I'd probably rather have Pollard right now, but that could go either way. I love both these guys. Lost Herbert, Jimmy G, or Trevor Lawrence. I'm gonna go Trevor Lawrence. I don't trust Jimmy G. Cam Akers or Mostert? Neither. Start Singletary or Dobbins? Neither. Probably Singletary if I had to. Overcome celebrating 4 months as a member. Deontay sell high? Absolutely. That offense looks putrid right now. Pierce or Hall week 3? I love both these guys. Both of them are high risk though. They could both do nothing in week number 3. I'd probably lean Pierce a little bit right now. Lamb or Sutton? Give me Lamb. Give me lamb chops, but it is close. I could go Sutton. The wind blows a certain way. I could change my mind on that. Pitts owner wants Waddle in my league. No, Waddle's balling out. What are you going to trade a buy low player for a sell high player and act like they're even Steven? That's disapproved.
You've just been Smitty disapproved.
Not trading Waddle on the low for Pitts and buying him high. Pitts is a buy low. Pleading guilty for trading Najee and Burks for Dobbins and Pierce. Oh, God.
You've just been Smitty disapproved.
For your honesty, we'll let you watch the remainder of the live stream. But, bro, come on, Nate. Bring that stuff to me, Nate. Wentz or Goff? Probably, I guess probably this week. I don't know that. I mean, Goff this week, maybe. Wentz, I don't love the matchup, but it's kind of close. You could trust your gut on this one. The court's indifferent. Mistrial on that question. Conklin celebrates his 3-year membership with us. Thank you. What is expected for volume for Zamir White? So, news broke today that Josh Jacobs is not traveling with the team to Nashville, which means we might have Zamir White season. We might not. They might start Amir Abdullah and play him the whole entire game. We don't know. So everybody needs to pump the brakes a little bit. I put a little story post out. It might be Zamir White season. I think I got I got people a little too excited because I got DMs like, who should I cut? Should I cut Kenneth Walker to pick up Zamir White? I'm sorry. I started an avalanche with an anthill. Zamir White could be in a position to dominate. Could be. But he also could not get more than 2 or 3 carries. So, like, he needs to be grabbed in the right circumstances. But nobody should be cutting Rashad White or players on their bench like Mooney or whatever for Zamir White, who may not even get much of an opportunity. Not to mention that it's one of those situations where, he's not injured, Josh Jacobs. So it's not like the job is completely up for grabs. Now, Zamir White goes out there and they roll with the hot hand. I mean, we could see a job opening all of a sudden appear in Las Vegas, and then Zamir White put it in his resume. But we don't know for sure. Don't get too carried away. Yeah, I said it was Zamir White season, and I think I got people a little too amped. That's my fault. I mean, we don't know. It could be Zamir White season. I'm hoping. That was my energetic excitement. Maybe I didn't realize what that could have done. I'm sorry if anybody went out there and dropped Swift and picked up Zamir White based on my video clip. I'm sorry. I just was excited. I'm not sure what we can expect from Zamir White this week. Bateman or Garrett Wilson? Bateman. Come on. Bateman, what are you doing? Johnny says, dude, really? Not cool. What's not cool, Johnny? What's not cool? We don't even know what you're talking about. What are you talking about, Johnny? Come to court with a clear direction. Don't address the court slouched. Johnny, not cool what? You don't describe what you're talking about. Burrow, Chase, take off this week. Absolutely, NPR. For sure. I dipped Garrett Wilson for Zamir White. You said dipped. Okay, I thought maybe I read that wrong. You dropped Garrett Wilson for Zamir White because of the IG story. Well, you shouldn't have, because I didn't say to do that on there, Vamp. I didn't say drop Garrett Wilson. I said pick up Zamir White if you have room for him. I like him. My advice stands. Pick up Zamir White, but you don't drop Garrett Wilson. You don't drop studs. I'm not saying he's a stud, but he played like a stud last week, so you can't drop Garrett. I think Vamp's kidding. Vamp, are you serious? Tell me you didn't drop him. I didn't tell anybody to drop a big name player for Zamir White. It's Zamir White season. What about it? Johnny, you're still not being clear. Not cool, Zamir White. And that's all you say. You're not giving us any clear indication of your argument here. PPR, Stevenson, or J.K. Dobbins rest of season. I don't trust J.K. Dobbins. Stevenson's not even getting a whole lot of work. Oh, Vamp is joking. Thank God. I knew Vamp was one of the more astute students that I have, and I didn't think he would have taken it that way. These people, some people, you tell them it's Zamir White season, they go and drop their best player. Aaron Jones or Cordero Patterson. Aaron Jones by a mile, broski. By a long mile. Super chat from Jeremy. Jeremy says, Smitty, C-Pat, Dylan, Penny in the flex. Give me Dylan, baby. Not that C-Pat couldn't get that job done. He could. He certainly could. KC, Dallas, rock out. I guess KC, but I don't know. I kind of go back and forth. That Dallas D has so much potential, but everything looks awful right now. Zeke, Olave, Dylan. You're gonna go Dylan in that situation, broski. Ben has a question. Ben says, Dylan or Garrett Wilson. You're going Dylan, broski, in my opinion. Sutton or Pittman. I mean, if Pittman's a full go, I put Pittman in. If he looks limited, then we gotta have a different conversation. Anthony says, I traded James Robinson for Breece Hall. Smitty approved.
You've just been Smitty approved.
All right, here we go. Ruben, someone dropped DJ Moore in my league. Should I pick him up? Yeah. Let's see here. AJ Dillon, Garrett Wilson. AJ Dillon. Why is everybody asking that exact question? AJ Dillon. I mean, I like Garrett Wilson. I mean, could Garrett Wilson outscore AJ Dillon? Sure. But AJ Dillon's a great play. C. Patterson, Mike Williams, Curtis Samuel for the flex. Give me C. Pat if you want safety. Give me Mike Williams if you want a little bit more risk, but a touch more upside. Johnny says, Mr. Smitty, I dropped Chase Claypool for Zamir White. Well, that's not horrible. What are you talking? Johnny Lawrence, why are you coming in here running the mouth a little bit about how something's not cool, like I misguided you or something, because I said Zamir White season potentially is on the horizon. I don't even know if I said, did I even say it could be Amir Abdullah, or did I just straight up say Zamir White season? Because I know a lot of people are saying that they're acting like I said that this was like. Let's see what I said here. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I got it recorded here. Let me play exactly what I said, because I think I said something about. Okay, let's see how excited I get.
It might be Zamir White season, baby. We've been waiting for this moment, but Josh Jacobs not traveling with the team to Nashville, which could mean Abdullah. We don't know yet, but I think Zamir White's the most talented running back on the roster. I think he's the guy that would become a potential league winner. We've been talking about this for quite some time. Pick up Zamir White in case this thing starts steamrolling, snowballing into a Zamir White field day. I'll see you on the live tonight.
So I feel like I did a pretty good job of pumping the brakes on that. So I wasn't sure if I said Amir Abdullah, because everybody keeps coming at me saying, Smitty, why are you getting so excited about Zamir White? Now I'm dropping this big name player for Zamir White. I made it pretty abundantly clear.
It might be Zamir White
might
season,
be,
baby. We've been waiting for this moment, but Josh Jacobs not traveling with the team to Nashville, which could mean Abdullah.
Could mean Abdullah. So yeah, get out of here, Johnny coming in here blaming me for his problems. Appreciate you, Johnny, but I don't even mind you dropping Claypool for Zamir White. So what are we talking about here? Just complete waste of the court's time. Complete. All these people's questions went down the drain, and now we got to start over from the bottom. So everybody that typed it, they can't get that time back. They're not going to get that 2 minutes back, Johnny. Johnny, you wasted their time. Somebody pumping it up. I don't think I am, DJ Meat Missile. I think I'm pumping it up a little bit, appropriately. It could be, I said, Zamir White season. It could be Abdullah. So everybody needs to relax. Make sure you take Zamir White if you've got room. Don't be dropping good players. Mike Williams. Do I trade Mike Williams for blah, 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 blah? I don't know, bro. I mean, I'm AJ Dillon. Everyone keeps talking about AJ Dillon being benchable this week. Go get him. What team is Zamir White on? He's on the Space Monsters, Mealy. The Las Vegas Space Monsters. Start Garrett Wilson. CD or McLaurin? Probably CD. Sweep the leg, Johnny. Trey Barkley, Brandon Cooks, and Pitts to receive Diggs, Dillon, and Schultz. Barkley, Brandon Cooks, and Pitts for Diggs, Dillon, Schultz. Probably the Barkley side. Diggs, Dillon, Schultz. Diggs, Dillon, Schultz. Barkley, Pitts, Cooks. That's like a what? What's the point, you know? A give and a take and a take and a give. And full circle back to like, what are we talking about, bro? Pittman or Higgins for week 3? Probably Higgins until we fully know Pittman's healthy. You got a good dilemma on your hands, though. You can make a trade. Start 2, Dillon, DJ Moore, A-Rob, and Garrett Wilson. Probably AJ Dillon in a lock. And then, I don't know. It's a toss-up between DJ Moore, A-Rob, and Gibbs and Garrett Wilson. You might need to bring that question. Not the AJ Dillon one. He's locked in. Let's see. Bring that one to the live. I already have Zamir shares. Attaboy. Pick one, Waddle, ETN. Waddle, ETN, or Dalvin Cook. Probably Dalvin Cook side. Strike first. Strike first, strike hard. I love this Zamir White panic. Did I know I kind of set in motion? Nice dude, bro. Rusty's looking fly. Is Aaron Jones and Brian Robinson too much for Javonte? No, bro. Brian Robinson's not even, like, I like him. I would say it's Brian Robinson season because he's doing warm-ups and looking good on the sideline, but that will create a panic, and everybody's going to go dropping Dalvin Cook for him. Say something positive about Elijah Moore. I need some hope. He's a good player. He was fantastic last year. I like him, though. I like him. He just, you know, it's kind of a tough situation. Say something positive. I got it. Swift, Ayuk, CMC, and Evans. Swift and Ayuk, or CMC and Evans. Probably, as much as I love Swift, I'd probably take CMC and Evans. You know, that's a whole boatload of talent. I've got so many Swift shares that's easy for me to say. Team Johnny. Team Johnny. Johnny Lawrence. Johnny, strike first, Johnny. Strike first, Johnny. Ron Navy in the building. Richie. Wide receiver with anything to... Richie is the Giants' leading wide receiver. Yeah, dumpster dive in there. Whoa. Okay, Ron Navy, thank you. We got Raul with the super chat. Raul says start at flex, CD, DK, Pollard, or Breece Hall. God, that's a mixed bag of you don't know what you're getting. I would say probably CD Lamb is the safest. Pollard's got probably the most upside at this point, but a little bit more risk than CD. You got to pick your poison on that one, and definitely bring that to the later live stream closer to kickoff. Let's see. Small Engine, appreciate your super chat. Burks, Corey Davis, or Duvernay? Probably Burks, I guess, but that's a close one. Duvernay's interesting, but it is. Do you sell Diggs? It depends on what you're getting. I mean, do you sell them for what? For you know, 2 players? Then what are you gonna get? AJ Brown and Dillon? Like, then maybe I'm considering that. If not, like, Diggs needs to be sold for the moon, bro. He had such a great week 2. People are all about buying him right now. Loud Judge Dude, man, Loud. What? Wait, what? What was that? Problemless is Loud Judge Dude, man trade Javonte and Everett for Adams and Pitts. Adams and Pitts. Take Adams and Pitts over Javonte. Believe it or not. Does that surprise you? Hawkinson for Pitts. Garrett Wilson and Hawkinson for Pitts. Only if you like winning.
You've just been Smitty approved.
All this comes with asterisks that anything can happen. People can get hurt, and Zamir Whites can rise or fall. Traded Saquon and Mike Thomas for Mixon and Pittman. Traded Saquon and Mike Thomas for Mixon and Pittman. Give me Saquon and Mike Thomas. That's a pretty easy... Well, you got Pearson, the other one. Yeah, I'm still going to go Saquon and Mike Thomas, but throwing Pearson was a nice little move that almost makes me want to, like, look at it, right? Start Pollard in the flex over Goddard. Probably Broski. I would take that gamble, but it's a gamble. Anything's a gamble at that flex value range, right? Smitty, should I trade Diggs for Gabe Davis and Jamar Chase? Only if you like winning.
You've just been Smitty approved.
But, I mean, look, I just like Gabe Davis that much. I like Jamar Chase and Diggs the same, you know. So, like, the kicker, you're just getting a free Gabe Davis. So, give me that. Give me that. Pick one flex, Pitts or Devontae Smith. Give me Kyle Pitts, baby. Kyle Pitts is the man, the myth, the legend. Traded D-Hop and J-Rob for AJ B. D-Hop, who's not playing. J-Rob, who's averaging 3.8 yards per carry, but everybody loves him. For a A.J. Brown, #1 wide receiver. Winning!
You've just been Smitty approved.
I mean, you know. Mike loves the show. We love you, Mike. You're Smitty approved.
You've just been Smitty approved.
That's the kind of, eruption in the court that we're okay with. You know, kind of pandering the court. 250 of you in here, only 59 thumbs up. Really? Really? I'm out here working hard. 254 of you, 59 thumbs up.
You've just been Smitty disapproved.
Come on, punch that thumb up. Those are rookie numbers. We can pump those numbers up all day long. Akers or Edmonds, neither. Austin, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're gonna get me in trouble saying to start one of those guys on my show. Receipts are taken. You're not gonna hear those words come out of my mouth. Neither. Go find a better option. Come back to the court when you're prepared. Trone, can Cooper be an every week flex after 2 weeks? Amari Cooper certainly could be an every week flex at this point. Absolutely. I admit I wasn't super high on Cooper walking into the season. I feel like he's definitely proved me wrong, but I don't know that I trust him. He knows how to vanish. He knows how to go get ice and not come back. You know what I'm saying? Like he's done that to us before, and we just trust him and let him back into our hearts. And then Amari Cooper goes and gets ice, and he doesn't come back, and rinse and repeat. So yeah, put him in your lineup, but I don't know how much I trust the man, to be frank with you. Hawkinson or Everett? Probably Everett. Hopkins for Kamara. I have Hopkins. Steven, I appreciate you. This is coming from a place of broski-ness. But, like, what are you talking about here? Like, why are you even bringing this question to the court? Hopkins isn't even playing. And Kamara's on my buy low list. We need to add these things together, Steven. What are we doing here? Am I really going to disapprove you for a question where you need to do it and I need to approve it? So let's approve the trade.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Oh, my God. How are we getting Kamaras for suspended DeAndre Hopkins type players? Steven, invite me to the league. Okay? I need an invite in my inbox by the end of the day. I want that team, though. Bateman, Garrett Wilson, Gabe Davis, pick 2. Put Garrett Wilson on the bench, I think, in this situation. But that's a close call. Is Melvin a must cuff if you have Javonte? A must cuff? No. But a nice cuff? Sure. But a must? No. Am I making trades, bad trades, to make that uniting happen? No. Gabe Davis, Sutton, or Garrett Wilson. Give me Gabe Davis as long as he looks healthy. But you can't go wrong with any one of these three. They're very, very close. Trade Waddle for Kamara. That's closer because Waddle's popping off, bro. And I think if you need a running back, I could go Kamara. If you need a wide receiver, I could see holding off on trading Waddle, or going Waddle on the Waddle side. Walk on the Waddle side. Taco League. I don't know what that means, Anthony. Did I say that in the past or something? I don't know. I must have said this in the past. Taco League. J-Rob plus Sutton for Najee. Look, sell Najee. Unless you can buy Najee for a ham sandwich like this right here. Smitty approved on the Najee side.
You've just been Smitty approved.
This is why I say that Najee belongs. If we go back to the buy low, sell high video. Here are the buys for week number 3. Here are the sells for week number 3. When you look at this type of situation and you say to yourself, why is Najee on both lists? Smitty, did you mess up? Did you double thumb this one? Or did you sit on the keyboard? Or did you bump your head on the monitor? Why is Najee listed on both sides? Because Najee Harris can obviously be bought very cheaply, way cheaper than he should be, like the example on screen right here. J-Rob, 3.8 yard per carry J-Rob that everybody loves, and Sutton, who I like a lot, for Najee. It's like, this is why you can buy low on Najee, but you also want to sell Najee. It's pretty insane. Waddle on the walking side. You got to walk on the Waddle side, Mealy, is how I think that should go. Not only is Herbert playing, he's going to throw 3 TDs, says Steven. Smitty, PPR, trading Dylan for Lamb. Pretty even, Steven. Pretty even, Steven, if you ask me. I saw this super chat here, and I thought that said Johnny Lawrence, and I was like, oh, Johnny Lawrence coming in strong with the super chat. And no, it wasn't Johnny Lawrence. Hey, boss, I'm really wanting Javonte on my squad that includes Burrow, Lenny, Chubb, Chase. Okay, trade Lenny. Offer for Javonte. So I'm gonna trade Lenny for Javonte, right? What can you throw in? Monty, Terry, Cooks, Amari and Lenny for Javonte. Go ahead and go down that road. And this will probably go through with Amari being in that deal. But the thing is, like, could Lenny outscore Javonte this week? You could, because Lenny's going to be ultra, used to the extreme. And Javonte's matchup is kind of tough. Like, you could put this through, and because Cooper's involved, I bet it doesn't get processed until next week. So it might end up being an advantageous trade for you to accept now, because I think Fournette and Javonte will be close. If not, Fournette could outscore him, and everyone's gonna be like, "What? You're bursting my bubble, Smitty." I mean, Javonte's going into a tough matchup that I think he can still thrive in, but Fournette's gonna be overutilized. But he has a injured hamstring, so you got to wonder if, like, you playing in a league where they're going to reverse that if Fournette goes out there and gets hurt. Oh, we're going to reverse this trade because we're grown human beings that can't make our own decisions. I hate vetoes. Vetoes are the worst. When people bring vetoes to my court, I get upset. Okay? But your rules are your rules, and you got to play within the confines of your rules. If your rules say that there's vetoes, then there are vetoes, and you should have known better. And you need to take a lap for playing in a league that allow you to overturn a trade because 2 grown individuals decided they'd make a trade on said day, and somebody's going to get all upset because they didn't understand the rules and the situation, and they got burned, and they want to cry and complain. Lenny and Akers for Dalvin and Olave. If you like winning...
You've just been Smitty approved.
I think my super chat was missed, James said. Okay, let me drag these super chats on screen here. Let me go searching for James. James brought himself to the court, stood before Your Honor, and Your Honor ignored him, apparently. This one right here, I think I got to this other, hey boss, really want Javonte. Yep, I got that one. That one's taken care of. Traded Jay Robinson, and, oh, this one I didn't get to by Racing Boy. Appreciate you, Racing Boy. Walk on the Waddle side is correct. Take a walk on the Waddle side, baby. Gage, I may have gotten to this one. Let me put this over here. And I'm still looking for James. James. I still don't know what the Taco League is. I don't know what that means. Did I say something about that earlier? I don't understand. Can Cooper be an every week starter? I got that one. James, where's your question, James? Trade away Saquon. Okay. James, this feels out of order here. It's Aaron Jones and Brian Robinson too much for Javonte? Nope. Javonte season's perfectly fine. I just ate, and I have like, I feel like I just took my last bite. James, 0.5, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Dylan, DJ Moore, Thielen, I guess is how we're abbreviating THLN. Burks, 1 flex, 1 wide receiver. Dylan and probably DJ Moore if it's me. And I appreciate your super chat. I'm sorry I somehow missed that super chat. Anthony is not sure who to start. 2 wide receivers. Did I get to this one? Anthony, I might not have seen this one either. Poor guy. Poor guy. Pitt St. Brown for I don't think I got either of these. Pitt St. Brown for Higbee, Pittman, and Dillon. Pitt St. Brown. Give me the Pitts and St. Brown side, Mikey. Yeah, give me the Pitts and St. Brown side, broski. That's a good trade, my man. That's a real good trade. Jeremy says Smitty, C-Pat, Dillon, or Penny. I think I got that one. I'll go Dillon, but Penny, that's a close one. Okay, so let's get down to the bottom here. And Anthony, I got your super chat. I'm sorry again, I missed you. Brock, I think I got Brock Culpepper's here. Remember Dante Culpepper? I bet, Brock, I bet you're forever tied to Dante Culpepper. Do people just like bring up Dante Culpepper like once a week to you? I imagine as people get older and they don't know who Dante Culpepper is, that's faded. But how much grief did Dante Culpepper bring your life? Just curious. Not sure who to start at wide receiver 2 spots. Tight end flex. Options are London. So I think I'm getting this question right. Not sure who to start. 2 wide receiver spots and then a tight end and a flex. So let me just rank all these guys. So your tight end obviously is Pitts, okay. Could you flex Kittle? You might be flexing Kittle. Let's see. I'm going to go London and Lamb for your 2 wide receiver spots. I'm going to go Pitts at tight end. And then your flex, I'm going to go probably Garrett Wilson until we figure out. You could go McLaurin, Garrett Wilson, or Kittle. They're all very, very close. But the option, I suppose I go Garrett Wilson coming off the big game. It'd make you sick if you put him on the bench and he came out and just dropped fire all over the place. I think you missed mine as well, Goat. Forklift guy, I think I got it in here somewhere. So let me just make sure. Let me put it on screen. Let me just get to it, actually. I picked up Zamir White, Jordan Mason, and Rashad White. I dropped Stevenson and Melvin Gordon. Should I have kept them? I mean, Melvin Gordon's tough to drop, but he's also, like, tough to start. So, like, what do you do? Like, Javonte would have to go down for Melvin Gordon to become a monster. And every one of these guys is in a situation where if the starter goes down, they can become a monster. So I don't necessarily, like, hate the Melvin Gordon drop. But he's a decent flex play. He could get you, like, 8 to 10 points every week. So, I don't know. He's probably a little safer than those guys, but those guys have more upside. Zamir White, Jordan Mason, and Rashad White. Rashad White is the... Zamir White's the least of the 3 because his situation doesn't... It's not as... Like, Jordan Mason could be in there very, very soon. Zamir White might have 1 game, but Jacobs isn't hurt. But Jordan Mason's a closer step toward the lineup, believe it or not. Rashad White, I mean, Fournette's already banged up. He's rolling out there with a hammy. I would not drop Rashad White. I would only have considered maybe not picking up Zamir for probably Melvin Gordon or Stevenson. I like Zamir White. I'm definitely grabbing him where it makes sense. I don't know that it made total sense in this situation, but that's me. Apparently everybody took I feel like when I posted this, I was careful enough to say it could be Amir Abdullah. I put that in here.
I think Zamir White's the most talented running back on the roster. I think he's the guy that would become a potential league winner.
Ignore that part, but in the beginning.
It might be Zamir White season, baby. We've been waiting for this moment.
Okay,
but,
the middle.
Josh Jacobs not traveling with the team to Nashville, which could mean Abdullah.
Could
we don't know yet,
but mean Abdullah. I'm getting flooded with, like, do I drop... Like, I was getting DM after DM. Do I drop big name player for Zamir White? And I'm like, guys, I know I got excited at the beginning and the end of this. I probably got a little too excited about it. I still love Zamir White. Like, he gets in there. He's a league winner. But, yeah, I did preface Amir Abdullah. Brock Culpepper says, I have been asked if I'm related before. Trade Ertz for Pitts. Only if you like win.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Trade Ertz for Pitts. Are we really, like, Parker, are we really there? I appreciate your super chat, by the way. You gotta go get Kyle Pitts. Where did Ertz get drafted? Where did Pitts get drafted? How many weeks have we actually played? Only 2? Okay. Let's not get crazy and start putting Pitts down in a cellar dweller category. Living legend, appreciate you. Trone, I believe I did. Let me get your super chat on here, Trone. Just in case. I'm pretty sure I have a lot easier way of finding super chats now, by the way. Buy low on King Henry or trade him next week. And trade him next week. Depends how low you can buy him, bro. I mean, I'd definitely buy him like low, but can you buy him low, or is it actually you buying him high? So I need to know the trade details. What is exactly constituting buying low, in your opinion? And then let's take it from there, my man. Then we take it from there, okay, broski? I think you missed my super chat, says Trone. Okay, Trone, I got it right here. Can Cooper be an every week starter? I did answer that. I think he could. I think he's definitely proven me wrong, is what I said. Along with that he's proven me wrong, but you also can't trust him. And I went on for like 2 minutes on this. That he could go get ice at any moment, you know, and not come back. I'm tired of him going and getting ice and then not showing back up, and it's like it breaks your heart. But yeah, for now, every week starter till he goes. If he grabs that ice bucket and he starts heading toward the door, bro, that's when you start picking up that phone and maybe selling him. He's going to get ice again. How much what do you want for Cooper? Going once, I'll take anything. Going twice, give me Zamir White. Abdullah and Zamir White were on my radar before the video. All right, Mealy, perfect. Like, guys, clear. Let me make it really clear. I am excited about Zamir White. I made that video for a reason. I'm excited about Zamir White. Is it Zamir White season? It's a question. Could be Abdullah. That's what I say immediately after. But Zamir White's the most talented on the roster. All those are facts. Grab him, yes. Drop a good player, no. Anthony. Oh, here's my boy Anthony. We got so mad at Anthony. You never emailed me so I could apologize to you personally the other day. Because Smitty is the best because he actually tells you what guys to trade for and who to sell and help you the most with your trades. This is where Anthony dropped a clown emoji the other day. I thought he was dropping it to me. And my moderator is not his fault either. He thought the same thing, so he put him in timeout. So I thought, okay, this guy's in timeout, confirmed by the moderator. I don't see everything. And it just steamrolled into something bigger. And it just so happened he was calling someone else a clown, which I don't condone on the show. And I told Anthony not to do it again. No clowns, no clown emojis or calling names to people in the chat. We don't have that. I don't have that kind of chat. So Anthony did have a little bit of a misstep there, but I took it the wrong way. Anthony's the man. I was in contempt, and Anthony never emailed me. Maybe he did, actually. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate you. Deontay, now a good trade bait. Yeah, I suppose. I don't know who's buying him, bro. Trade Harris, Deontay Fryermuth for Lenny. I'd even take Lenny in that situation. In fact, I'd take Pierce and Ertz alone for that. So, of course, I would take on that. Doesn't work. Start Harris or Pollard. I like Pollard this week. Rillo, thank you for the super chat. Keenan Allen, AJ Dillon, or Breece Hall at your flex. AJ Dillon for me. I mean, matchup and all, it doesn't matter to me. AJ Dillon's a guy who can score touchdowns, and that's valuable in fantasy football. So I'm going to throw him out there. W3 said give Lamb and Waller for Kelsey. Lamb and Waller for Kelsey.
You've just been Smitty approved.
It's arguable for sure. Try and throw him like a Pollard or something instead of Carter, but you don't want him to pull the trade. You know what I mean? Trone, got it. Thanks, Smitty. Oh, man, did I just get rid of one of the super chats? I did. Can I undo that? Yes. 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 Culpepper, full PPR. Team is Cousins, Aaron Jones, Javonte, JJ Diggs, Kittle, AJ Brown. Who do I go get Aaron Jones for? Thanks for the advice. Thank you, Culpepper. Thank you, Dante. Who do I get Aaron Jones for? Team is Cousins, Aaron Jones. Who do I go get Aaron Jones for? Who do I go get for Aaron Jones is what you mean, because you already own Aaron Jones. Javonte. Trade Aaron Jones for Javonte and some, because I think he can get more. Kamara and some. I'm looking for Pierce's. I'm looking for Breece Hall. I'm looking for Gabe Davis. I'm looking for Kyle Pitts. You do something where you're getting something back, broski, and one of those running backs like Kamara or CMC or Eckler or Javonte, who I think are equal at the very least to Aaron Jones, but Aaron Jones might have vaulted value. That's when you're winning, bro. That's when you're winning. Smitty, you missed my $10 super chat. I think I got it, right? Yep. I think we're good. Appreciate you, my man. Appreciate you. I'm in a 10-team league, 3 wide receiver super flex PPR team is Wilson Cousins, AK-47, Hunt, JJ, Jamar. Wow. AK, you got Alvin Kamara and JJ and Jamar and Mike Evans. This is an auction draft. Gabe Davis and Goddard. Should I make any improvements? I guess Superflex maybe it wasn't actually. Maybe that was an auction draft. Wilson and Kirk Cousins. I don't like those quarterbacks, my man. You can probably trade for Aaron Rodgers pretty cheap. Cousins I hold. I assume that's Russell Wilson. So you're okay at quarterback. If that's Zach Wilson or something, you're in big trouble. But that's probably Russell Wilson. So you're fine. Trades, not really, man. I mean, you can't trade anybody high. Like, would I trade Hunt and Goddard for Pitts? I would. And someone might say that's crazy, but I love Kyle Pitts right now. Kyle Pitts is my friend, and we're trading for him, and we're doing it live before this week. Traded J-Rob and a third for Pittman and a fourth. J-Rob, take Pittman by a mile. By a mile, bro. Unless it's like a third round next year redraft or something that I don't understand because you didn't explain it. Like if that's a third round rookie pick, who cares about a third round rookie pick? I use that as a napkin to wipe my face after I eat my omelet. I could care less about a third or a fourth round rookie pick. I'll throw 3 of them in. Pittman for J-Rob, absolute smash. Easiest trade question I've been asked all day.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Just absolute fire of a trade, bro. Fire of a trade. Should I trade Lenny, Mike Williams, and Lamar for Cousins and JT? Lenny, Mike Williams, and Lamar for Cousins and JT. If I have a standing deal to move Cousins and Elijah Moore for Brady, then yeah.
You've just been Smitty approved.
You're playing chess while everybody else is playing Parcheesi. Absolute fantastic job, my bro. Brock Culpepper, I got this one already. Appreciate you, Brock. Thank you for your super chat. Smitty, you missed my super chat. I think I did get to everybody. If I missed anybody's, would you please let me know with a big couple red question mark emojis next to your question, and I will then take care of it. We have 328 of you in here. Pretty decentable thumb up ratio, 157. I wouldn't mind if 328 eyeballs matched 328 thumbs up. I'm not going to lie. We might be going to Rumble after this, by the way. We're going Rumble. We're going live on Rumble every single day. Let me get this Rumble link for you guys and have you go subscribe to me now. Right now. This is the Rumble link. Let me drop it in the live chat right here. Right here. Rumble in the jungle. So that's my Rumble link. Please subscribe right now to my Rumble. We go live daily over there. We don't do uploads over there because I want it to be original content that isn't anywhere else so that we can grow Rumble. And so we have 67 subscribers on Rumble, and this will be day 3. So that's pretty good. Rumble is the competitor to YouTube. I'm not going away from YouTube or anything, but we're gonna go take over Rumble, take Rumble by storm. So please go over there. Mooney can't be trusted, said Chad. I disagree. I love Darnell Mooney right now. If he gets dropped, pick him up. Am I starting him over a strong player this week? No. I mean, I agree with you there, Chad, but I love Mooney. People are dropping Mooney, and that's crazy to me. Rumble, I dropped that link. We're going to go to Rumble after this. I want to see those subscriber numbers up, 67. I want to be at 100 Rumble subscribers by the end of this show. We have 322 of you in here, and we have that Rumble link just pinned right now in the live chat. Let's see how many of you go over and subscribe on Rumble. We have 67 as of this moment, and we have literally 300 people, so we'll check that in a minute. Rumble is like YouTube's competition. It's cool, easier to get your questions answered. Yeah, for a while it's going to be really light work in there in terms of the chat, right? So I'll be like answering pretty easily. pretty much everyone's question. We'll open the phone lines. I think Rumble will be non-stop phone lines until we get bigger on there. So we have content and we're talking to people. So Rumble is going to be basically open phone line, and we're just going to roll with it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Waddle and Dillon for Mark Andrews. Waddle and Dillon for Mark Andrews. That's a tough one. I don't care about Chase Edmonds. Waddle and Dillon for Mark Andrews. God, that's tough. I'm probably going to lean Waddle and Dillon. I like Mark Andrews. Can you cast to the TV? I don't know if you can, bro, but you can definitely load it on a... there's probably a Rumble app that you can download. Is Rumble a political channel? No, I mean, so the thing about Rumble is it's becoming a political, like, icon, so to speak, for freedom of speech because of censorship, and people that have been censored and taken off have gone there because they don't censor on Rumble. So it has become kind of like a statement of a place to go to not get censored. But it doesn't mean that it isn't going to be they're bringing over a lot of big names that have been outcasted from other social media. So that's why it's getting that label. But it's basically not, it's unfair to categorize it as that just because it is a great place for people to go to not feel like they're going to be, shut down or something like that. So it does have that kind of sense to it to some people, but that's not the core of it or the reason that it exists. It's just great to have a second place to go. It's growing because of that popularity of people flooding over there for non-censorship. But I want to be a part of it anyway because it's just a good little platform that's growing. It's small, but it's gonna be the real deal, I think. Scotty Smitty, I just subscribed to your Rumble. Thank you. I'm gonna refresh and make sure you're telling the truth. I feel like it hasn't refreshed in a while on like. I feel like it caches or something because like sometimes I'll refresh and there's like a change in the numbers and sometimes they're not. That page must be cached. Or Scotty, you hit the wrong button. Scotty, appreciate you. I'm just kidding. I trust you. I don't know how to say this name. Castillo? Stevenson owner is offering Edmonds, Gordon, and Judy for just Damian Harris. Edmonds, Gordon, and Judy. I don't want Edmonds. I really don't care about Gordon that much. Judy's injured, so I'd probably just hang on to... if it's Dynasty, though, Judy. I'd probably rather have Judy than Harris, I guess, in Dynasty. But I feel like you can maybe get a little bit more, especially if you wait a week and he comes out and he has a big day. Not political, same on Rumble. Fantasy content here, not political, same as Rumble. Yes. Just subbed on Rumble. Thank you, Jake. Appreciate you. Where are you live on Rumble? When are you live on Rumble? Pretty much right now after this show. We go straight over and we do that. So once we're done with this show today, probably about a half hour or so. I don't know how much longer we'll go. Half hour. I would assume at least a half hour here on the channel, on the YouTube channel, and then we jump over to Rumble. So if anybody's like, hey, I didn't get my question answered on Rumble, we're going to have a lot less people, like 30 to 50 people watching. That's going to grow slowly. That's the goal. But for a while, it's going to be open phone lines, a lot easier to call in, a lot easier to get your question answered. Let's see here. Smitty, Najee, Amari Cooper, and Keenan Allen for Amon-Ra St. Brown and Lenny. Najee, Amari Cooper, and Keenan Allen for Amon-Ra St. Brown and Lenny. That's hard because, like, the Amon-Ra St. Brown side looks a little more appealing, but I would trade Lenny on the high. If you could trade Lenny then into Javonte, then it's like you do two moves, and then you're like the other guy. You're playing, chess while everybody's playing checkers. So, Sonny says, I love Rumble. YouTube does. Yeah, I like Rumble a lot. Rumble's a great place. It's good to know you're going somewhere where you won't be like censored as a creator. You know what I mean? Not that there's anything that I'm saying that's held back, but it's just, it's a nice feeling as a creator to know that you're not. You can kind of go in any direction you want. Got Abdullah, but would you drop MVS for Zamir White? Yeah, I'm not worried about MVS. That's the kind of move. When I made this video right here, this is the move I was talking about for people. You cut MVS for Zamir White.
It might be Zamir White season, baby. We've been waiting for this moment, but Josh Jacobs not traveling with the team to Nashville, which could mean Abdullah. We don't know yet, but I think Zamir White's the most talented running back on.
So that whole video, which is kind of created a cascading effect of people dropping good players apparently for Zamir White. It cautions you about Amir Abdullah, but that's the kind of deal or the kind of ad drop you make is MVS. Like I don't care about Valdez Scantling over a potential Zamir White. Pacheco. Pacheco, I don't know that I dropped Pacheco for Zamir White. I don't think I dropped Rashad White for Zamir White. Like, there are certain, like, doesn't mean drop everybody to just go get Zamir White. Like, people need to take it into context and use common sense with who you're cutting. Somebody cutted somebody phenomenal, and I was, what are you doing? What are you doing? Trade Mike Williams and Hopkins for Pittman or Tyreek. This is a weird question, Lone Sentinel. Because it's kind of like it's almost like saying this to me. Let me put this in perspective. Hey, Smitty, trade, so Mike Williams and Hopkins. Trade a sub sandwich and a nice taco for a really nice, like, hamburger, one of the best hamburgers you've ever eaten. And then a buffet of whatever you want, or a buffet of whatever you want. Like Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill and Pittman are pretty far apart. So it's like, this is a weird question because it's like, do I trade Mike Williams and D-Hop for Pittman, a $50 bill, or for Tyreek $500? Like, the discrepancy is pretty weird. Of course I would take Tyreek Hill. Mike Williams and D-Hop for Pittman is a little bit tougher of a question because D-Hop could have some good value down the stretch. I ultimately would rather have Pittman than the D-Hop and Mike Williams side for right now. I can't promise that won't change if D-Hop gets in there and starts looking like a wide receiver one. But I'd probably rather have Pittman, but it's very close and it's arguable, and there's a lot of downside to getting rid of two players like Mike Williams and D-Hop. Mike Williams could continue to ball out, and then you're going to regret trading. But Tyreek Hill, of course, it's just the discrepancy is crazy. RG just subbed on Rumble. Appreciate you, my good buddy. Let's see if we can refresh and get an update. 83. We just went up 6 subscribers on Rumble. The link is pinned in the live chat. We're going to rumble on over there after. We're just going to destroy Rumble. We're going to take over Rumble. We're taking over. It looks like it refreshes like every 3 or 4 minutes. There are some weird things about it, It's smaller. So they're getting things tweaked. It's not as, the mobile app isn't quite as smooth as like the YouTube app, but it's getting there. They're getting bigger. Yeah, I'm not dropping Rashad White for Zamir White, as you shouldn't. You shouldn't drop him. Just got Debo and Pitts for Henderson and Ayuk.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Watch out for the veto police, bro. Watch out for them veto police. They're coming after you, man. Waddle and A.J. Brown for CD and Jamar. I'd probably rather have CD and Jamar. But that's arguable. It's pretty arguable. Corey screaming with these capital letters, bro. Which one of these 3 tight ends would you trade for Higgins? Which one of my 3 tight ends would you trade for Higgins? So what's everybody? What's all this in here? You can barely read this with all the caps, Corey. It's really hard on the eyes, bro. Like it's like hypnotizing. My team QB: Murray, running back JT, Javonte Williams, Tyreek Hill, Waddle, flex Michael Thomas. Which one of my 3 tight ends would you trade for Higgins? I don't see 3 tight ends, bro. What am I doing here? What am I even doing here? I'm getting out of here. It's a long question. We're in the fantasy football court. Short questions anyway, Corey. Pitch to the moon. Absolutely, NPR. Pitch to the moon. My fault. Waller, Pitts, and Knox. Yeah, what are we doing, Corey? Short questions. You're lucky I remember the question, because literally 4 questions later I won't. My fault. Waller, Pitts, and Knox for Higgins. I would keep Kyle Pitts. I would trade Waller for Higgins. Of course, would trade Knox. Would I try trading Knox for Higgins? Absolutely. Corey, stop sitting on the keyboard with the capital letters. I'd somebody say that, Smitty, you shouldn't say that. What if somebody needs the capital letters because they can't see without it. I mean, maybe that's true, and I apologize if somebody needs to use capital letters for visual stimuli. It's Smitty approved. Pass that. Stop using capital letters. Smitty, my super chat. Gabriel. Oh, sorry, Gabriel. Here we go. I can find super chats like nothing now. So if I miss your super chat, tell me. I can find them like nothing now. It's a nice little feature. So this is going to be a lot easier. Kyler Eckler, Javonte, AJ Brown, Chase, Ertz, St. Brown, CEH, Breece Hall, Hunt, Zamir White, Garrett Wilson, Schultz. Guy wants St. Brown and Kyler. I get Pat Mahomes and Pitts. That's tough, man. Guys, what do you think on this? What do you think on this? Would you rather have St. Brown and Kyler or Kyle Pitts and Mahomes? And he has Schultz in his tight end spot. Can you guys help me with this one? I want some group think on this one. Gabriel, I got you right here, buddy. Can you guys drop your opinion on this? Are we going with Mahomes and Kyle Pitts, or are we going with St. Brown and Kyler? That's a tough one. I mean, there's arguments to be made on both sides. I'm kind of leaning. And the problem is you have Schultz. We got St. Brown side, Kyler and St. Brown side, one Mahomes side. Pitts and Mahomes, St. Brown, Kyler, Murray and St. Brown, don't do it. St. Brown, productive. Pitts is outproducing Pitts by a mile. St. Brown side. Sun God, St. Brown side. There you have it, man. The St. Brown truthers, which we have a lot of on the show. Right? St. Brown?
Let's go! Mashed potatoes!
St. Brown, baby! Yeah, buddy. St. Brown season in the house. So excited to have St. Brown. There you have it. St. Brown season, baby. Don't trade St. Brown. St. Brown, you know what's crazy? I'll never forget one of my like earlier predictions. I wouldn't say first because I've been doing this for a lot longer than Antonio Brown. But Antonio Brown was one of the more memorable risers that I called back in the day on the radio days, and when we were on the longest running fantasy football radio show in the world for 23 straight years. I was a part of it 19. I joined a few years in, right? 23 straight years this radio program was on NBC Sports Radio and CBS. It kind of bounced back and forth. And Antonio Brown was your boy's call. Antonio Brown, no one really saw him coming. He wasn't expected to be a future wide receiver one in fantasy football. Look, you can even see St. Brown on the board up here. I wrote that in granted, it's got Burrow and Chase there too, but right there, St. Brown, that's been up there all offseason long. St. Brown, baby. Love St. Brown. But Antonio Brown, my point is Antonio Brown, he wasn't, expected to be as good as he ended up being. And so I came out and said, this kid's going to be top 5 wide receiver. He even shocked me by being the number 1 wide receiver for years. But I'm like, this guy's a top 5 wide receiver. And the thing is, when Antonio Brown rose up, it was really hard to accept it, at first. Like, here he is. Smitty, I believe you missed. Okay, Scotty's. I'll get Scotty's. If I missed anybody else's super chat, please let me know. Scotty, I got these two. Scotty, I got them right here. I'll go over them right now. I think I got them all on screen. And then we got another Scott's right here. And it takes time, right? Even Marquise Colston, he wasn't like the number 1 wide receiver or anything like that. But this guy Marquise Colston, he kind of popped out of nowhere. Week 1, you're like, oh my God, this guy looks good. Then week 2, week 3, a couple weeks go by, and it takes time to accept it, right? People don't accept how high the ceiling could be. And with Antonio Brown, nobody really knew how high he could climb. It was like, okay, this guy's really good. Oh my God, he's really good. Oh my God, he's really good. And then all of a sudden he's the best in football. It's hard for people to accept, especially if they weren't on board St. Brown, on the St. Brown train that we've been on board for.
Mashed potatoes!
On board the St. Brown train from the beginning. But if you haven't been on board of the St. Brown train, it's it's hard to accept. Where's the ceiling? Could the ceiling be top 1 to 5? I think it could. Like, we just don't even know how high he's going to climb. Could he become the number 1 wide receiver in fantasy football? It's certainly possible. Could send $500 in a super chat. It would still get lost. No, Axe, I got it on screen, bro. You got it. It's all you got to do is, if it does slip by me, because you can see how fast the chat goes, I will grab it. All you got to do is let me know. I got it right on screen here. Should I start Gabe Davis or Curtis Samuel? I would start Gabe Davis personally, my broski. Personally. Scott says Gabe Davis, Michael Thomas, Garrett Wilson, I assume Pittman and London start 3. I'm going to say Gabe Davis, Pittman, and London. Oh, no, Mike Thomas. Gabe Davis, Mike Thomas, and Pittman probably is what I'd go with. How do I get him to see my message then? Cade, did you super chat, Cade? Cade, I can answer your question here real quickly. Michael Thomas, Curtis Samuel, and Sutton. How do I play this? I would go Michael Thomas. I'd probably go Sutton second, and I'd obviously go Curtis Samuel third. I'm looking to trade Curtis Samuel because he seems to have a lot of trade value, broski. A lot of trade value. Sonny with a super chat. I'm trying to I get to the super chats as quick as I can, and if I miss any, all you got to do is let me know, and I have a better way of finding them now. Thank you for subscribing on Rumble, Scotty. Scotty says Burks or Olave long term. I picked up Zamir White. Hopefully, he didn't drop anybody good for Zamir White. Like I like the idea of Zamir White. Burks or Olave long term. I'm going Olave long term, Scotty. Olave long term, baby. Let's do it. Trade Terry McLaurin for Mike Thomas. Already have Olave. Yeah, I'd take Mike Thomas in a redraft frame of mind. I wouldn't in a dynasty, though. Offered Waddle and Ertz for Andrews. I have Diggs and St. Brown. Offered Waddle and Ertz for Andrews. Not enough, I think. I like Waddle a lot, but positionally, Andrews has more value. I don't really care about Ertz, to be honest, right now. I mean, Ertz is okay, but that's not a move I'm willing to make. My bro has Herbert, who didn't practice today. Wants to know if he should start Flacco or T-Law if Herbert's not going to play by 12 p.m. game start. T-Law. I'd probably go T-Law. I'm curious to know if there are better quarterback options, but trade McLaurin for MT. Already got Olave again. I go MT. Thank you for that question. Bench Jefferson for Mookie. Did you use Mookie? You didn't super chat, and you're using the question mark emoji. So we're gonna have to pass on the question as a punishment for abusing the super chat indicator, Mookie. I'm sorry, Mookie. I'm gonna no soup for you for one question. No soup for you. I'm not answering this question, Mookie. Sonny, appreciate you. Steven, appreciate your super chat. I don't think I missed any other ones. Scott says Davis, Thomas, Wilson, Pittman. Already got that one. That's a tough one. Mick, did Mick do a super chat? Ooh, Mick, this is close. You're using using all the super chat indicators, but we're gonna go ahead and let this pass because you only used one question mark emoji. I believe you missed Scotty. Oh, this because he's alerting me if Scotty do super chat. That's why. Nice job. Nice job, man. Here I'm not even reading your question. My bad. St. Brown side 100 says Blackbeard. I don't know what he's talking about, but I believe him. Damian Pierce is clogging my bench. Who should I try and get for him? I don't need Pierce. US doesn't want anything to do with Pierce. I'd probably say like you could give up a little more and get a Higgins. Go get Kyle Pitts. I need to start reading these questions before I speak. Pitts and Moon. Pitts the Moon, absolutely. I think I got all my super chats. I'm sorry if I missed anything. I'm trying to get to them as fast as I can, guys. I'm doing the best I can. As Mom always said, I'm doing the best I can. Kyler Eckler, Javonte, AJ Brown. Did I get to Gabe's? I think I did get to Gabe's. He said I didn't get to it, and I did get to this one. I got Kyler, Pat Mahomes. Yeah, that was the Kyler and St. Brown side. St. Brown's such a monster. All right, guys, if I missed a super chat, please let me know. Please let me know. Zamir or Tony rest of season. I don't know. We don't know what Zamir's going to get. Tony, I don't trust at all. So would I take the gamble on Zamir this week? Sure. I don't care about Tony. Would you trade Curtis Samuel for Pitts? Yes, yes, yes. If you like winning, Derek.
You've just been Smitty approved.
If you like winning, yes. This question's from Michael. Yo, Smitty, I got offered Devontae Adams for Saquon. My current wide receivers are Allen and Judy. I got offered Adams for Saquon. They're very close. I mean, Saquon's probably got a little more value because he's a quarterback. I mean, a running back. Running backs, I think, hold more weight when you've got a top 5 running back potential. So, like, you gotta get a little more for Saquon. You got a RB, bro. I like Adams. Adams came off a bad week, so it's not like he blew up last week and it makes him harder to get. You know, Saquon didn't have a good week either, but again, I would do this straight up if you had to. But I would try and get him to throw in some kind of, like, you know, even like a Mooney or a DK or a Kenneth Walker or a Damian Pierce or something to that nature. But it's definitely a good swap if you've got to go to a wide receiver from a top 5, top 6, top 7 running back. London for Pierce, pretty even. London, Wilson, or Kirk, pick 2. Probably Kirk is hard to sit right now. London's got some impressive numbers considering everything that's going on. Wilson, hot hand. I mean, I probably lock in Kirk. And then ask me closer to kickoff on this other question, because right now I guess I would lean Wilson, but London is proving that he could be the best receiver of the trio. Like, it's just hard to bench either one of those guys. Start Dylan, Pierce, or Jacoby. I'm not starting Jacoby over Dylan or Pierce. I'm probably going Dylan, but I love Pierce this week. I hope Pierce makes this a problem for you. I really do. Juju or A-Rob. I don't know why everyone likes Juju at all. A-Rob. Are you high on Hollywood Brown? He's my wide receiver 2. He's more of a wide receiver 3. But, you know, in that context, I don't mind him. Element says, traded DK for Miles Sanders, standard league. Is that good? Traded DK for Miles. I'd rather have DK. I'm not a big Miles Sanders guy. But if you needed a running back, he's been playing pretty well. So it's not a bad move. Etienne or Hall. Give me Hall. I like both. Traded Najee, Hawkinson for Waller and Evans. I like Waller and Evans by quite a bit, I think. I'm not trusting Najee right now. Wilson or Pierce. Give me Pierce. Got Debo and Pitts for CD and Mike Williams. Give me Debo and Pitts personally. Hall or Pierce. Give me... If we're talking about rest of season, I want to say Hall. I want to say Hall. This week, it's really... I go back and forth. Like, I think I've answered this question differently. It's like, one moment I want Pierce. The other moment, I feel like if you want to roll the dice, you can go with Hall. Pierce is probably a little more guaranteed. We don't know exactly what's going on with Hall. So, I mean, the question is tough to answer. And I think I'm wavering. Dylan and Bateman, I'd probably go Bateman safer. Dylan's got a little more upside, in my opinion, to have like a monster touchdown, you know, multiple touchdown performance. Javonte, Swift, Hall. My wide receivers are weak, DK and Hollywood. So Javonte for Swift and Hall. I'd probably take Swift and Hall and not look back because Swift and Javonte are really close for me. Vamp says everyone needs to get on Rumble. The link is pinned in the live chat. We're going on Rumble right after this. So let me refresh Rumble and see how many subscribers we have. 91. We'll be at 100 before we go live on Rumble. We'll be at 100 subscribers before we go on our 3rd live stream ever on Rumble. So 100 subscribers and 3 live streams is pretty good considering we're starting from complete scratch. It's a humbling experience, and I absolutely love it. You know, we have like 30 people on there when we go live, and it's like, you know what? It's kind of fun. You know, because eventually it's going to get big. We're going to grow huge on Rumble, and we'll have, 5,000 people before we know it, and it'll be packed on there when we go live. So right now it's kind of fun. Trade JJ and Brees for AJ Brown and Kelsey. JJ and Brees for AJ Brown and Kelsey. God, that's a weird trade. Can I get a vote on that one? JJ and Brees Hall for AJ Brown and Kelsey. What side do you like better? It's just current tight ends Hawkinson. That's weird. That's a weird trade. It's hard to break down. I'm going to put this right here. We'll let the votes come in, and then I'll give you my ruling. Make your case. Try and sway your judge. Try and sway your honor. J-Rob or Dylan. Hall, J-Rob or Dylan. I'm going to lean Dylan for safety. Scotty do. I'm going to lean Dylan. Subbed to the Royal Rumble. Appreciate you, Legend, for subbing on my Rumble. Trade JJ Brees. What are we doing on this trade? What are we doing? What are we doing for Broski? AJ Kelsey, AJ Brown, JJ Brees Hall side, AJ Kelsey, AJ Kelsey, JJ side, AJ Kelsey, JJ Brees side. So here's my take on it. AJ Kelsey, here's my take on it. Right now, AJ Brown and Kelsey is going to win this trade because AJ Brown's capable of hanging with JJ on a given week. I'm not going to rank him near him. AJ Brown's outside my top 5, but he's in that 5 to 10 or 6 to 10. But he could be as good as JJ on any given week, 1 week at a time type of thing. Brees Hall is not competing with Kelsey yet. So this trade wins on the Kelsey side out the gate. But if and when Brees Hall does become a top 10 running back, and that's very possible, but there's also a chance that it never, evolves. Then the Brees Hall side can not only catch the other side, but it could pass it. So this is that tough situation where it's like, how good will Brees be and how long will it take him? Because if he can vault up quick, the Brees Hall side can absolutely win out on this. But if it takes him till week 8 or 9 or 10, you're probably better off having the AJ Kelsey side. Because JJ, as much as JJ is the best player in the deal and capable of being the number 1 overall player in fantasy football, Kelsey can hang with him. AJ Brown can hang with him. JJ's going to crush him on the year. I'm not saying he won't, but they can hang. And you got 2 players that can hang, whereas Brees Hall right now doesn't. So it is a tough trade. I would say in the end, I hope that Brees Hall makes this a competition and makes us regret it. I apologize for wording it that way. I hope you regret it. But I would say you got to go AJ Brown and Kelsey for right now in this situation. I guess Matthew makes a good point, though, that Hawkinson, like, we got to factor in Hawkinson. Like, do you want JJ Brees Hall and Hawkinson over AJ Brown and Kelsey? I mean, that is a good argument and good way to look at it. I mean, Hawkinson's he's not horrible, but he's also not, tearing things up the way you want him to. So that's a tough one. I think Matoyan has a good, or Maddie, sorry, Matoyan. Maddie on a mission said, if you're 2-0, don't make any moves. You know what I'm saying? Kenny Powers with a $20 holler.
Let's go! Mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy. Let's look for Kenny's question. He didn't attach it to this, but we will find it, Kenny. We will find it if it's the last thing we do. What are we at Rumble? We got the link in the description. Subscribe on Rumble. We're at 94 subscribers on Rumble. We need 6 more to get to 100, and we're going live right after this show on Rumble. And I promise you, not everybody's going to go over. So it will be a smaller, intimate little setting. Right now, we got 319 people in the YouTube live. Please hit that thumb up button. CD and Mike Williams for Debo and Kyle Pitts. CD and Mike Williams for Debo and Kyle Pitts. Give me Debo and Kyle Pitts all day long. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's look for Mike's question. Mike, where are you? Mike here. Would you drop Ramondre Stevenson for James Mason? You mean Jordan Mason, right? That's a tough one because both of them are awaiting an opportunity, right, Mike? And we don't know if Jordan Mason is going to get an opportunity on Sunday. We don't know if it's going to be all Jeff Wilson. We don't know if Jeff Wilson stays healthy. I feel like both of them are going to get a crack at starting games this year, and both of them are going to look good. So this is a catch-22. I kind of feel like if I had to pick right now, I would say, based on the fact that Harris isn't out or anything, and he's probably looking like he's going to get volume still, I lean in the direction of Jordan Mason because I think that Jordan Mason will get like a chance to prove himself in this game, whereas I don't know if Stevenson fully will yet. But I monitor whichever one you drop. I lean Jordan Mason. I lean Jordan Mason by a hair. And that's only because I feel like you're probably going to come out of this one okay in week 3 at the end of it to be able to pick up Stevenson again. Unless he gets in there and just starts and goes crazy. Let me preface by saying this. I can envision Stevenson or Jordan Mason looking like the pickup of the year coming out of week number 3 if the starter goes down, Jeff Wilson goes down, and Jordan Mason gets all the work. Or if Harris gets banged up again and they pull him out and Stevenson, or they just decide to use Stevenson a ton in the PPR game, and Stevenson has like a 80-yard touchdown reception or some crazy thing that vaults him up. Like either one could come out of week 3 looking like a marvel. So I would lean Jordan Mason, but barely, man. And you need to trust your gut. I appreciate your $20 super chat. I appreciate everything everybody's doing in here. I work for you guys, and I appreciate you. Just traded away Michael Thomas for Kyler Murray. Also have Miles Sanders and Aaron Rodgers for CeeDee Lamb. So you traded away Michael Thomas for Kyler. So you traded away Michael Thomas, Aaron Rodgers, and Sanders. So Michael Thomas, Aaron Rodgers, and Sanders for CeeDee Lamb and Kyler. I don't mind that all in all. You could argue it, but CeeDee Lamb and Kyler for Aaron Rodgers, Sanders, and Michael Thomas. You could argue it on either side, to be honest, but I don't mind that trade. I don't hate it. I don't mind it. I don't think you smashed all in all. I think you did potentially good. So, nice job. Thank you for the super chat, good buddy. Good buddy, good pal. Monty, I got offered Monty for Higgins. Running back is Cook, Hendo, Pollard, ETN, Hall. Wide receiver core. I got offered Monty for Higgins. I like Higgins a lot. I don't really care what you have going on that. I take Higgins the value and I run. You know what I mean? Like the team, the positional needs don't. I just make another trade if I have to. That's a really, really good team. CD and Mike Williams for Debo and Pitts. Debo and Pitts by quite a bit. I like that. I like that a lot. Vamp. CD and Mike Williams for Debo and Pitts. So Vamp's basically Ziggy off. Basically, Vamp is super chatting Tiffany's question because he's such a monster. Thank you, Vamp. I appreciate you. CD and Mike Williams for Debo and Pitts. I'm taking Debo and Pitts all day long. I think Pitts is such a good buy low. Woods with a super chat. Appreciate you. And Vamp, thank you for taking care of Tiffany. I did see it, but I appreciate where your heart is at. Vamp is like such a giving dude. Sam says I was offered Amon Ra for Eckler straight up. I'd probably take Eckler if you need a change or you need a running back. But if you're winning and everything is flowing, why make a move? So that depends on you and your team. In the Superflex League, would you give up Sutton, who is my flex, and Rodgers as my second QB for Joe Burrow and Pierce? I probably would because I believe in Joe Burrow and I like Pierce a lot. So I would probably do that trade. Not everybody would, but I would. Don't risk starting Keenan Allen. Smitty. Do I trade Chase, Burks, and Connor Hall for Connor Hall, Sutton? Connor Hall. I don't care about Connor too much. Chase and Burks for Connor Hall, Sutton. I'd keep the Chase side. I'm just not trading Chase. I think you missed my super. Did I? Let's see. Okay, thank you for letting me know. I have a very easy way of finding super chats now. So if I missed your super chat, all you gotta do is let me know. Just get my attention with some emojis. And don't abuse the emojis, guys, in the spamming, or I won't answer your question. Start Higbee, Ertz, or Carr, A-Rod, Wentz. Start Higbee, Ertz. I start Higbee. He's got like 20 targets through the first 2 weeks. Carr, A-Rod, or Wentz. I'd probably go Carr this week. But those are tough calls, man. They're near 50-50. Schultz or Clyde. Schultz and Clyde for Pitts. I take Kyle Pitts. Got offered Swift and Jamal Williams for A.J. Brown and Brees. I keep Swift. Appreciate you, Rav. And if I missed anybody's super chat, please let me know. Najee Harris and Curtis Samuel, a good trade for Derrick Henry. They're both avoids for me. I'm not going near Henry and Najee in like in terms of like attacking them and bringing them over to my roster. So I'm not in that business. But would I rather have Najee over Henry? Probably. I don't trust Henry right now. Even if Henry has a good day, I'm just selling high off of it. Thank you, Dominant. If you have a question, I will try and find it for you. Appreciate you super chatting. Lone Sentinel renewed his YouTube membership. Appreciate you, Sentinel. You're the man, the myth, the legend. Schultz and CEH for Kyle Pitts. Give me Kyle Pitts, Gabriel. DeAndre Swift for Debo. DeAndre Swift for Debo and Debo Samuel and Josh Jacobs. I don't care about Josh Jacobs. So Debo versus Swift. I like Swift. I'm not trading Swift. Flex, Brees Hall, or Garrett Wilson. Probably Garrett Wilson for now, but I mean, if you like a dice roll, I really, really wouldn't mind if you started Brees Hall. I just think Garrett's safer right now. Rashad White, keep Rashad White, agreed. Start this week, Brady, Wentz, or Tua. Give me Tua, I guess Tua this week. Brady's got so many wide receivers down. Dominant. I don't think I missed your super chat. I think you super chatted a blank one. But let me see if I can find a question you asked after it. Because if you ask it right after, I can find it. Here we go. Flex, Brees Hall, or Garrett Wilson. I think I got that one. I think I answered that. Brees Hall. Garrett Wilson safer, is what I said. But Brees Hall, I wouldn't make you take a lap on that one. I think I could go either way. Garrett Wilson safer if you like dice rolls and you want a little bit more upside, but you're accepting the risk involved because there is absolutely risk involved. Then you could go Brees Hall, and I wouldn't even oppose that, bro. Wouldn't oppose it at all. Jake with a super chat. Start 3. Curtis Samuel, DJ Moore, CD, McLaurin, or Pollard. Give me Pollard, CD, and I mean, it's between DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel's been more consistent. So I would say if you want safety, go Curtis Samuel. If you want maybe a little bit safer, but I don't know if the upside's as much, DJ Moore. But Pollard and CD I probably put in the lineup. Thank you, Gabriel. Appreciate you. Bateman or Garrett Wilson? I go Bateman, but you could argue that. Did we talk about Jacobs is out? Yeah, we definitely talked about that. Abdullah or Zamir White, nobody knows. Sell Lockett and Amari Cooper. I would sell both of them. Depends what you could get. DeAndre Swift or Debo, already got to that one. Appreciate you. Dominant, appreciate your super chat, by the way. Jake, appreciate your super chat. Thank you very much. Matthew dropping the super. Got Waddle, Thielen for Sutton, Bateman. Waddle and Thielen for Sutton and Bateman. Give me... I like Sutton and Bateman a lot, but give me the Waddle side. Walk on the Waddle side. For sure. For sure, broski. JT, DK for Chase and Saquon. As much as I love JT, bro, that is a lot to get. You have to, like, JT's close, at least close to Saquon. You could even argue that they could, you know, like, I want JT, let me make it very clear, but Chase and DK, huge gap. Give me Chase and Saquon. Really, 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 really good question, though. Tommy says, Bateman, us barely getting targets. Wilson has 22 targets in 2 games. Yeah, but Bateman's, like, coming up, bro. Like, I don't think you can use those stats, you know what I'm saying? Tyler says, how am I missing a super shot? Tyler. Okay, Tyler, I got it here. I can find these quick now. If I miss it, all you gotta do is tell me. All you got to do is tell me. I'll find it real quickly. No question about it. 323 people in here. Only 22 likes, says Blackbeard. Blackbeard ain't happy. Click that thumb up button. Thank you, Matthew, for your super chat. Thank you, Jake, for your super chat. Warren. Someone just offered me Jacoby Myers and Drake London for CD. I like Drake London a lot. He's, you know, looking better and better. But I'm going to take CD over Drake for right now. You know what I'm saying, broski? Kelsey for Waller and Hill. You got to take Hill, bro. I mean, Waller's not Kelsey, but what the heck, bro? He's like a top 5 tight end, and you're still getting Tyreek Hill, who you draft over Kelsey anyway. Like, think about it. You're in a draft. You're drafting Tyreek Hill over Kelsey. Doesn't matter how good Kelsey's playing. If you're in a draft, you're drafting Hill over Kelsey. Waller, you're getting for free. That's crazy. Gage, Shepard, Irv Smith are your flex. That's brutal, bro. Gage is injured. Irv Smith is limited. He gets you a touchdown, and you're screaming to the rooftops. Like, oh my God, he got 20 yards and a touchdown. Shepard is probably the best option, and I don't even love it. So I wish bring a different train. Ronald says Brady or Wentz, Mariota. Brady or Wentz or Mariota. Give me Brady. But, I mean, Wentz is pretty decent. Hey, Smitty, got Cook and Gibson at running back. Waddle and Hill at wide receiver. In the flex, Goddard at tight end. Should I make a trade or what? You got good wide receivers. Cook is a risk, but he's still a very big name. Do I try and upgrade Gibson somehow? Yeah, I don't have a lot to work with. He didn't give me any bench, but, I mean, I certainly try and upgrade Gibson if you can. I just don't know. You got to give me more than that. Smitty, a QB you like, I can get on waivers. I need to know, like, who's on waivers. Trevor Lawrence, Davis Mills, and then I don't know if there's, like, better options on waivers for you. But I certainly would be tempted to tell you to grab one of those guys unless I know. Courtney or Kim, don't even watch that garbage. But thank you for the super chat. Ronald says Brady, or already got to that one. It's tough. Wentz or Brady? I don't know. Brady's got all his weapons out, but could he distribute and facilitate around? Certainly. I'm playing likely now that Schultz is down. I don't hate that, but I guess it depends on the options. Like, is Higby out there? Then I like Higby more. All right, guys, we're going over to Rumble right now. We're going to rumble and stubble on over to Rumble. Here is the link to Rumble right now. It's pinned. Subscribe and go to Rumble now. Whoops. Subscribe and go to Rumble now. We will be live. And I'm going to pin this message. You might have to refresh because you won't see the live stream right away. But we're going to go over to Rumble. There's the link. Mr. TD, let's see you on Rumble, broski. Okay, so let me start up a live stream there. Hang tight. We're not going to leave yet. We're going to go live on Rumble. Live streaming. I got to set up a live stream. Live. Fantasy football. Question. Call. Okay, ready? So here we go. We're going over to Rumble. Rumble and stumble. Right now. All right, I'll see you over there. There's 278 of you. Please punch the thumb up on the way out the door. The Rumble link is pinned in the live chat. If you can't find it, it's rumble.com/thefantasyfootballshow. Like, how hard can it be? Rumble.com/thefantasyfootballshow. The link is pinned in the live chat. Click it, get over there. You got to refresh a couple times, and we'll be there. I'll see you there right now. Peace out. Appreciate you all.